I continue today repairing the green plastics front and rear pieces. That's the pretty sorry state of the rear plastics. I'm going to string it up here and start taking the skirts, the guard parts off the green and see whether I can patch the green today. I've strung that up there and I'll start running around taking all of the black bits off. Bathurst is into about the first hour. It's only 12 laps of the 161 so far. So I've started stitching the big long crack there. This side is the one that is completely falling apart. It's broken there and it's broken right across. First of all, I've tacked that smaller crack up so that it wasn't contributing to the main gap. And I'll try and get this front piece to mate the back piece in a location where it's properly aligned and get another tack in between the front and the rear. I've got a clamp up there which is sort of holding that side roughly where it needs to be. I've got that side sort of tacked together. It was completely broken right across there. The only thing holding it on is the loop across the front here. It needs a lot more staples in the back. It's really just tacked. This side has only got one staple in it, I think, up here somewhere. I've run out of the Wiggly Woo staples. That is one of the standard clips welded in there. Does a good job, but I've run out of that size. I've used them all over that side. I think you get 50 in the basic $24 kit, and I've used them all. You also get some shape like this, like a big W. I've bent the ends of that up to make a clip shape that I think I can use instead of the Wiggly Woo style staple. So I'm going to bend a few more of these up into that shape and plop a few more along this line. I think that's going to work. So I've had a go with, that's an original Wiggly Woo clip. This is a W clip. These are W clips I've put around here. They're holding that joint together pretty well. I haven't tried to double up the spacing of them yet. I probably will wait till I've ordered more Wiggly Woo, or I've ordered 1,500 more staples. I think 250 of them are these Wiggly Woo style. The rest are pretty useless to some extent. I think it's $15 for 1,500 staples. They're about a cent each if you could use every style, but if I'm only going to use 250 of that 1,500, it makes them about 6 cents each, which is still cheap enough. I'm now going to have a go at trying to fold this large edge back into place and staple across there. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I've got staples all around that front edge now, holding it in, including the little split Y section there. That was the first Wiggly Woo staple I put in. These big W staples, I worked out a slightly faster way of bending them. I found another Wiggly Woo staple that was laying on the bench that I'd lost yesterday. Another big W and another big W as the crack tapers out. This side, it's got little cracks in it like that, which you can put straight staples across. Going to leave this until my supplier staples comes in now, but it's well tacked together. This is the side that was completely split from right across, was only holding from the neck up here, was only holding this whole front piece in place. Now, staples in the sides there, coming around the corner. I was running out of staples, so this is all I had to use. I think one messed up there a little bit. Round here, I put a little straight one on the very edge where it was split. Finishing there. Look, the stapling process is easy, probably even fun, and when I get a big supply of these wiggly woo, or perhaps because we're talking sort of motorbikes, maybe you could call them whoops, over the whoops in a motocross race. So there's a piece missing, a hole here, the piece is completely gone, but that's the only location where there's material missing completely. This is the side I've just repaired with big W staples. All of this is nice and level, even if it's not perhaps as tight as it could be. This joint across here, the top was folded over the lower section there. You see where the sun hasn't got to it across there. It's split round to a section here, all of which is fairly flat now. I was surprised how easy I was able to get that to push back into place. I think if you had trouble you could probably use a little bit of heat, but I didn't need to do that. This is the side that's stitched up with the whoops stitches. All of this is fairly level. That's where the piece is missing. It was cracked right through and broken out the edge there, so it's far tidier than using cable ties method to hold it together, and I suspect possibly even stronger, because each piece of wire, if it's properly anchored, the wire itself will be stronger than the cable tie, and there's actually multiple pieces of wire across the joint, particularly in the whoops side of things. So thinking that this whole piece is going to look okay when it's back on the Koorlong restoration. I've just put that rear plastics on for shits and giggles, and my nice fancy seat that I need to reupholster. Yeah, this front guards had the hot air gun run over it. Comes the white like that, ends up looking green like that with a bit of hot air over it. The cracks, this was the worst side for cracking. That one had the hole busted in it. It's going to come together pretty good. I'm not a big one for colours, and I like to do as best job as I can on bodywork, but I'm a mechanic. I can get the mechanicals right. I'll pass this wiring loom through the gap in the plastic here. That fuse block connector has deteriorated in the sun. The black one there looks fine, and that white one there is also damaged. I'm wondering whether I can find a couple of those plastic blocks on the 88 loom. I think a whole single spade terminal cover has come off this section here. There's a bullet connector on the positive. This is the supply to the negative side. I'll see what's on the 88 loom in that location as well to try and fix this bit of loom up. So I pulled out the 88 loom, and the 88 loom has only got two fuse holders. and the white one's in worse condition than the 96 one. The black one looks okay and could be used, swapped over. There is only 2, not 3. There is just a spade terminal on the black there. The voltage regulator socket there is completely stuffed. This plastic shield here is missing completely on the 96 bike, so I'll take that off and fit it on. Otherwise I think I can rat those bits off this 88 loom. There's another one of those plastic shields that might be easier to get off than this one. Just trying to tidy up the wiring a little bit. This hole cut through here normally is normally a hole just down to this level here, and so the extra bit's been cut out so that somebody's been able to get to the starter relay and the neutral switch without taking the plastic off. And this hole cut, all this knocked out, has been because somebody's wanted to get to the voltage regulator rather than take the plastic off. I'll be tidying this up. I think I'll print a 3D print a new grill for there to tidy that up. Some sort of cover to go in there to tidy that up, to restore these front plastics to something respectable. Eventually I might try and 3D print a new battery cover because that's missing completely. That size won't fit on my print bed, so I'd probably have to do it in 4 pieces, and how I join 4 pieces together is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I'm up for that. It was my birthday back in May, but what do you buy your father that's got just about everything? My son saw this at Super Cheap on sale for the Bathurst weekend. In future, grip blasting components is going to take a whole lot less time than wire wheeling them. My belated birthday present should come in handy. So get out to your shed and have some fun.